Hello and welcome everyone to CSE Core Concepts in the series of UML diagrams. In this video, I am going to discuss a very interesting diagram called as the component diagram. So basically, let us understand what do we mean by a component diagram. So it is used to model the physical aspects of the system. So component diagram is a structural diagram, right? Where you are going to represent the physical aspects of the system. Physical aspects means what? Executable files, the library files. Since it is an object-oriented concept, you will have many reusable files, documents which reside in a node. So this use is used to visualize the organization and the relationship between the various components which are used in the system. So you can also describe them as a static implementation because the components are not dynamic like a state diagram that it will change with every state, right? If you have certain database files, it will remain the same all throughout the system, right? So static represents the organization at a particular moment. So single component diagram cannot represent the entire system because with every phase, every state, you require different files. Okay, if it is an authentication phase, you require different library files, different executables, different database, different package. Understood? If you are using a processing system, then you have a different package. So a well prepared component diagram is important for other aspects such as the application, performance, maintenance. So to know which file is related to whom, so you have to know the component diagram. So before drawing a component diagram, we have to identify certain artifacts. Artifacts means the files. Which are the files used in the system? Which are the libraries and other artifacts, etc., executables or anything, packages relevant to the application, and you should understand the relationship among them. So let us first understand the key components of the component diagram. So first is you represent a component. So component means the modular part of the system which contains your functionalities. Components can be your software classes, collection of class, one small subsystem like an authentication system, checking system, verification system. So the symbol is the rectangle with the component stereotype. So you can see here, you can see one small symbol here. This is the component. You have to draw a square and two rectangular lines. This is the symbol for a showing that it is a component. And of course, you can also write in the angular brackets component, right? So they define and encapsulate the functionality. So you know which are the different components, authentication, these, that. So you can ensure modularity and reusability. Next is your interfaces. Interfaces specify a set of operation that component offers or requires, that is a contract between the component and the environment. Let's say, for example, you can see some small circles with a semicircle. These are something like lollipops. Okay, you have a small circle, and along with that you have a semicircle. So this is how your components, the interfaces look like. So they define how they communicate, each component communicate with each other. So here in this example, you can see you have an order component, a customer component, and the product component. So now in these three components, they are connected. Customer places order. So when it places the order, obviously you are giving it some interface to place the order for the products. So you list down the products, right? So you require certain interface. Now there are two types of interface. One is the provide interface. So provided interface define a set of public attributes and operations that must be provided by the classes. See, you can see this is the provided interface. Set of public attributes and operations. So public has to give, if it is an online payment system. So the person who is using, he will have to give some data, right? The PIN number and the value, the amount, etc. And one is the required interface, that is a set of public that are required by the classes that depend on the given interface. So this is required interface. Means if you want to do an online payment, your identity, that is your PIN and all, is required. And provided, that must be provided by the classes that implement the interface. So this is given by the classes which are giving you the interface. Let's say from order, right? But this is your required, that has to be done by the required by the classes that depend on the given interface. A set of public attributes that must be provided, okay, by the classes that implement the given interface. And somebody who is implementing payment transaction. So which class is implementing this payment transaction? That is a provide interface. And required means what? That is required, what you require in order to provide this. Okay, you require identity management, your authentication, etc. Then comes the relationship. So relationship depict the types of connection between two components, right? So symbol is line with the arrow. So dependency, there are different types of relationship. You can see here dependency. So most common, and it is called as the weakest relationship, because one component is totally dependent on the other. So the client requires another component supplier for its specification or implementation. So a change in the supplier might necessitate a change in the client. So that is a dependency relationship. Realization means what? That implements the behavior of one. So component client, it conforms to the standard. So you can see user service. So either user DAO or user servlet class. This is for a Java example. Okay. So dashed line with the hollow, that is unfilled arrowhead, pointing from the component from where it is realizing. That is, it is defining. So this, the behavior of this class will go to this two subclasses also. Association is, it shows a permanent type of a relationship. Now you have two types of association. One is assembly connector. See, you can see this is called as an assembly connector, and you can see the notation here. It is like a socket symbol, right? Half circle. So specific type of connector that links a required interface of one component to the provided interface. You can see required interface. What was your required? This is your provided interface. This is your required interface. So association will show your, this is your required interface. This is your provided interface. So it shows assembly connector shows the relationship between these two components. Okay, that is both the. So this is your required. So you require an account to place an order. Okay, so this is your required interface. And order details are necessary to provide, account details are necessary. So this is your provided interface. So whenever you are placing an order, the details of the account are given. That is your required provided interface. And this, why this is that for order, placing the order, you require the account. So you can see a small lollipop type of a symbol. This shows how components are wired together to provide or consume services. Composition or aggregation, that represents a whole part of a relationship, right? So composition means, we have seen this in my earlier other diagrams also. So strong ownership, that is strong ownership means if one thing is deleted, then it will also cease to exist, like a contacts and the contact book. So if all the contact book, if the contact book is removed, then obviously all the contacts will also cease to exist. Okay. So please be clear about this provided interface and the required interface so that you can understand it more detailed. Next is the ports. Port is this square portions. You can see square small rectangles. They are called ports. So they are the interaction points or the boundary, you can say, from where you are going to interact. Then you have the artifacts. Artifacts are basically the physical files or the data that is deployed, right? So rectangles with this type of a symbol, artifact, you can write down like this, artifact. Okay, so you can say shopping cart, online store, shopping cart, and order.jar file, right? So it shows that how they are related. So the online store contains these two types of jar files. Then you have the nodes. These are 3D dimensional boxes you can show. So they are physical or virtual execution environment, like your server node. This is web server, this is the app server. So when you connect, so how it is being showed that this artifact app.jar is a part of the app server nodes. Okay, so they are basically used in the deployment diagram. I will talk about deployment diagram in my next video. So you can use them in the deployment diagram. So let us see some of the example. let's see this example of your client server system. Okay, so client server system you can see here there is a server and there is a client, right? Now this is some stock folio, stock manager, something like that, stock broking. Now you can see this is this is one component, this is one component, and in this component you have sub components, right? What are the subcomponents of the server? That is, you have an authentication, you have a session, then this is your interface, right? Interface with the stock market analyzer, and you have a portfolio. This is the client who is using via a app or a desktop application. So client has a session. So session is the client is connected to the authentication server. So a session is generated. Then he is given a GUI, that is user interface, through which he can access the stock portfolio. And this is graphing. Graphing means you can see the stock details and all. Now this port, this is connected, or session is being generated with this authentication and the session. So it is connected to two of them. Now this client and server are connected to each other by what? Some third party services. Let's say for example you have certain APIs, database. So all the details of this client, so stock portfolio he can access through this third party database, and this third party database is being, or the stock, sorry, the client portfolio is kept in the database, right? So this database can be seen by the client using the stock portfolio, or by the analyzer, stock market analyzer, by the stock market analyzer component. And this is the interface between both of them. This is the interface between the client and the third party. This is the interface between the client and the server, sorry, third party and the server. And this is how your components are broken down. We will see one more example. Let's say order system. So you have the different components are what? Your shipping, order processing, customer service, analytics, let's say. Okay, and this is your store, right? Online store. So customer order processor is interfacing with the store, that is a virtual store. So order process is done, so shipping is done. So what is the interface? Shipping order, here order. Now customer service, order processing, he is placing an order, he is overriding an order. Overriding means if you want to change or do some modifications in the order. And analytics means you can see, fetch the data of the customer data for the order processing. Customer service can see the data of the product details from the storefront. So these are different each of the components, and this is via the interface they are related to each other. Now here we have shown all associations, so but you can have other component type, like you can have dependencies also, you can have a strong relationship, weak relationship also. So the more you take case studies and more you practice, you will get a hold on this. So if you understood, please do press the like button, and don't forget to like, to share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts. Thank you.